There are the famous cities we know, and then there are the secret cities that only reveal themselves after dark. In the 1930s, one artist took us past the familiar boulevards and into the hidden, intimate corners of a great metropolis. His work is still celebrated today, decades later. But it raises a question: why does this photographer's nighttime Paris still captivate us? He had a painter's eye for composition and a journalist's insatiable curiosity. He transformed the gritty reality of the streets into something profound, poetic, and utterly unforgettable. He gave the night its own visual language. Photographic Inspiration presents Meet the Masters series. Brassai. We celebrate timeless photographic art, distinguishing it from transient trends. The man the world knows as Brassai was born Gula Hullas in 1899 in Brassaï, Transylvania, then part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. His famous pseudonym, literally meaning "from Brasso," forever tied him to his birthplace. Initially, Brassai was not a photographer at all. He arrived in Paris in 1924, following earlier studies in Budapest and Berlin, intending to be a painter and sculptor. He quickly immersed himself in the Bohemian art scene of the Montparnasse neighborhood, befriending giants like Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dali, and Henry Miller. To make ends meet, he worked as a journalist, writing articles and interviews. It was this journalism that was his predestined encounter with the camera. Initially disliking photography as a purely mechanical operation, he began using it for his assignments. His friend, fellow Hungarian émigré photographer André Kertész encouraged him, and soon Brassai was captivated by its unique power to interpret reality. He once famously remarked, "I was on a quest for the poetry of the fog that transforms things, the poetry of the night that transforms the city." In the darkness, he found his true vocation. Brassai's career soared in the early 1930s with his obsession, Paris at night. He would wander the city streets and hidden corners for hours, a heavy plate camera in hand, exploring a world that was inaccessible and often scandalous to most citizens. His 1933 book, Paris by Night, or Paris de Nuit, was his defining work. It was not mere documentation, it was a revelation. He captured the whole spectrum of the nocturnal city, the high life, elegant couples at the opera and exclusive nightclubs. The low life, prostitutes, pimps, criminals, and drag queens in dance halls and brothels. The atmosphere, rain-slicked boulevards, shadowy bridges over the Seine, and the almost supernatural glow of gas lamps on ancient stone. His photographs are defined by their dramatic use of light and shadow. Using long exposures, sometimes calculating the time by how long it took a cigarette to burn, he transformed the mundane sources of available light into powerful, almost theatrical spotlights. He often called his finished prints his little boxes of night. As novelist Henry Miller observed of the photographer, he was on the lookout, sniffing the air, rummaging around in every nook and cranny, his gaze always far away. Everything, literally everything, was of interest to him.
Brassai's approach was a deliberate blend of realism and poetry. He rejected the rapid-fire snapshot style, preferring instead to carefully compose his subjects, often using a tripod and glass plate negatives, which demanded a slower, more deliberate process. His style is marked by a few key elements. Compositional discipline. Brassai insisted on guiding the viewer's eye. He said, "You have to eliminate every superfluous element. You have to guide your own gaze with an iron will." This discipline is evident in the strong, often geometric framing of his street scenes. Intimate candor. Unlike a pure fly-on-the-wall documentarian, Brassai often interacted with his subjects, especially the denizens of the nightlife, establishing a level of trust that allowed for moments of genuine yet composed intimacy. The surrealism of reality. While he was never a core member of the surrealist group, his work was embraced by them. Why? Because Brassai's night scenes often felt dreamlike, bringing out the bizarre or fantastic in the everyday. He explained his philosophy simply. My only aim was to express reality, for there is nothing more surreal than reality itself. If reality fails to fill us with wonder, it is because we have fallen into the habit of seeing it as ordinary. Beyond Paris at night, Brassai also created significant bodies of work, including powerful portraits of his artist friends and his unique and extensive documentation of Parisian graffiti, which he saw as the living theater of the wall. Brassai's photography is a profound answer to our opening question. Why does his nighttime Paris still captivate us? It's because he wasn't interested in superficial beauty. He was interested in humanity's hidden narratives. He captured a specific time and place, the Paris of the 1930s, but imbued it with a universal and timeless quality. His use of light and shadow turns social documentation into high art, transforming fleeting moments into unforgettable archetypal scenes of urban life. His legacy is that he elevated street photography to an art form capable of the deepest psychological insight, influencing generations of photographers who followed, from Diane Arbus to Nan Goldin. He was, in the truest sense, a creator of images. His own words serve as a final testament to his life's work. The thing that is magnificent about photography is that it can produce images that incite emotion based on the subject matter alone. Brassai's images continue to incite that emotion, reminding us that there is a secret, poetic world waiting to be discovered right outside our door as soon as the sun goes down.
We celebrate timeless photographic art, distinguishing it from transient trends. Your support empowers us to continue this cultural and educational journey.